We just got dropped off the trail and we're already lost. Back on the trail. Let's do this thing. God, my pack is heavy. Getting food, water. Thank God we're only going 10 miles today. So if you haven't seen the movie Only the Brave, the bell back there is probably not going to make a whole lot of sense. But basically, they run up this trail and ring that bell when they get to the top as part of their training for hotshot crews and wildland firefighters and stuff. If you haven't seen that movie, see it. It's excellent. Well, that's where we're going. That's Mount Taylor. Should summit tomorrow. Just sitting here on the side of the trail having a snack. Fruit snacks. Beautiful day out. Literally not like a cloud in the sky pretty much. Just working on getting back into the hike. It's always a little hard when you leave town. Pack's heavy because you got all the food and you're not quite motivated to get moving, but no big deal. Just came around the corner of the trail to find this. Steaks, anyone? No? Okay. Dogs and dogs and dogs and dogs and dogs. It's always nice to get the dog time on the trail.
Hello, sir.
Would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude. Yeah, you're welcome.
That's amazing.
Hey, she's got some hot.
She got, yeah. She's a little derpy every once in a while. She goofed one earlier. That was pretty funny.
Dang, she's got some leaps.
Dude, she can clear a 6-foot fence.
Ah, the joys of dogs playing and the sunset.
Gonna wreck my tent.
I'm here with Double Dinner Dan and Rita, who's the star of the show.
And our kind friend Anthony, who we just met on the trail with a bunch of dogs. I was like, I need 1 day of dog food. Please. No, wait, please. Save the audience. The dramatic effect of a 50-pound bag Trail Angel dog food
That he came back with.
I don't even know what to do with this.
5 pounds of food would have been too much.
That would have been excessive. I would have carried it.
And he exceeded that tenfold.
So literally.
So
Look at this sunset, though.
I know. Hang on, I was getting some pictures of that. That is gorgeous. Hiding in the trees.
All right, let's go down to these.
Let's find if they have something they can do with this.
All right, I don't think I do.
All right, just outside of camp. Got about 3 miles to the summit. And then another 10 or so to connect to the main route. Slept great on my working sleeping mat. Finally, I will check in with you either on the summit or a little bit before, depending on how steep it is. First snow hiking of the trip. And I'm probably gonna fall my ass. At least I'd be well padded. Just saw my first elk. Oh, there's more back here, okay. Spooked it and it ran across the road. Looked like kind of a young one. Alright, well, I'm almost back to the trail from the alternate for Taylor Mountain. And suppose there might be some trail magic up ahead, so still looking for that. Just left the group and some trail magic, and I'm going about 1.5 miles up the road to the next water source. I'm probably just gonna camp right there. Just working my way towards Cuba. Caveman's apparently around here somewhere, but not sure where. He was about an hour or so behind us. Apparently, I don't know, I never saw him today. And we have no idea where Jabber and Cyclops are. They're probably ahead of us a little ways since they took the red route and not the Mount Taylor alternate. So, I'm gonna get up here, get to the water, and get camp set up. Kind of as expected, I've basically popped back out onto the plains around Cuba. So, not a whole lot of anything around here. Slept good last night, like real good, like 8+ hours. I needed that. Most of this today seems like it's gonna be a road walk. Got about 17 miles to the next water source, and I'll probably end up camping fairly near there tonight. Thankfully clouds, so I'm not just getting absolutely baked. But yeah, just walking along this road. Alright, passed Dan a little bit ago. He was just taking a break under the tree. Bullet and 2 taps passed me while I was having lunch. And the clouds are quite nice. It did sprinkle on me just slightly a little bit ago, but not even enough to really get me wet. And all around good day. So, I'm just gonna keep on going up here. And I'll check in with you at some point later today. Keeps threatening to rain, but it hasn't yet. About 1 mile, maybe something like that from the spring, and I'll probably camp there tonight. It's definitely going to be a rainfly night, because who knows what this is going to do. Alright, about a half mile out of camp. Didn't sleep great last night. Too loud, too many people around. Got 11 or so miles to the first water point. and the forest is really pretty. Had a great little moment while I was filling water this morning down at the spring where the hummingbirds were washing in the spring at the same time as I was filtering water. So that was pretty cool. Should be flat basically all the way into Cuba. I may pop out into the open here before too much longer and be kind of out on the plains like I was before. But we'll see. Goal is about 20 today if I can. And I'll be into Cuba day after tomorrow, I think, is what sounds right. I need to look up what these flowers are called. I've always heard them called Indian paintbrush, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Alright, well, welcome back to the desert. Dropped off that cliff back here, and look where we are. So, I got a fence right here, and in about a mile I got the water source. Then we'll see how much further I'm going to go today before camping, because I'm not going to camp at the water source because that'd only be like 12 miles or something for the day, and I'm not doing that. But we'll get down here and see what we got. Morning. It's like 7:15. I feel like I'm dragging, but I'm actually doing pretty good because I'm all packed up and ready to go. I'm in a big bubble of like 8 of us that all camped around within a mile of here. The views are incredible. It was so pretty yesterday. I camped with Chocolate Chip and Juice. They both headed off. And I've seen 3 other people already this morning. So I'm just gonna get the pack on and get going. Today needs to be a pretty big day. All the drone batteries are dead, so I'm not gonna have any drone footage for today. I need to get at least 20, and if I can get further, that just makes it less for into Cuba tomorrow. So I'm gonna get a move on, and I will see you on the trail later. Man, check this out. Literally views for days. It's a bit like walking through the Starship Troopers set. If the arachnids show up, I'm not going to be super happy about it. Very ominous on the horizon. That's okay. I don't really feel like putting my rain gear on. The rain feels really nice, so I'm just gonna keep going. Got a couple more miles to this water cache. Then I gotta look at how many more miles to the water source after that. Alright, so I just left the water cache just short of mile 600. And if you want, there's a short little road walk that you can do, which cuts like a mile off of the trail. So I'm doing that because I'm trying to get as close to Cuba tonight as I can. So 15 miles-ish to the next water. So pack's heavy again. And got the rain gear on because that. Nice and windy and fairly cold actually. So the the rain gear is doing a good job of keeping me warm for now. And I'm gonna be on this road for 3 or 4 miles, and that meets back up with the trail. So, saw basically everybody at the water cache. So, Little Cave was there, Legs, Darwin, Loverboy, who the hell else? Machine was there. Yeah, like everybody was there. So, got water, and time to get on up the road. Legs and Darwin are ahead of me just a little bit. Mooch go by a little bit ago. I was taking a break, and it's like 4:30, 4:45 something. I'm gonna go until about 6:45, 7 o'clock, something like that, which should be about 20 miles. There's been a lot of up and down today, so it's been slowing me down. Hopefully not have to sit up in the rain. Yeah, just doing my thing. Dinner is teriyaki noodles and ramen. Should be pretty good. I'll hopefully get into Cuba basically tomorrow afternoon. It'll be about 15 miles. Hey, it could be worse. Alright, good morning. I believe this is day 33. That sounds right, but if that's wrong, I'll fix it. Got reception yesterday for most of the day, so there's still snow on Black Bear Pass and Cumbres Pass. I can't remember how to say it right, but basically I'll be getting my shoe spikes and ice axe and Chama, and there is still no rush. The trail's nice and defined, so there's no issues with getting lost, except when you go over like the slick rock, and you have to hope that the cairns are correct. Hopefully it ends up being fairly smooth going. I can get there kind of early, because it would be nice to have a little break in town. Okay, I got the tent up. Holy f***, it's cold. It's still raining, obviously, and I'm basically going to shelter here and get some warm clothes on. I'm so cold my hands barely work. Getting the tent up was interesting, and I have no stakes in the ground, but I don't really care right now. Oh, my back is spasming. I'm so cold. I'm not gonna freeze to death. Alright, I'm no longer in immediate danger. Sorry, I'm just putting you up here on my little screen here. I'm no longer in immediate danger of freezing to death. So there's at least that. As you can hear, it is definitely still raining. It is now 11:30. And I don't really expect to be going anywhere the rest of the day. That's my status for now. I am not dying, at least. And Continental Divide is living up to its reputation. It can't just give you a win, you know? Like, there's not really a point on the Continental Divide where it's like, yeah, we'll make this easy for you. The last several days have been very beautiful, but you know, what was supposed to be a nice, fairly relaxed, basically 15 miles into town, turned into this. One of the biggest problems I was having is the mud out here. The dirt is almost all clay based, but if it gets wet, it just turns into this, like, I've heard it referred to as chocolate cake, I've heard it referred to as elephant snot. Like, it's just the slickest thing you can imagine, and it's completely impassable. And I could barely walk in it, even with my trekking poles. I'm going to get in my sleeping bag and just warm up. So I'll catch you later. Well, it stopped raining. It still looks like it might continue later, but I'm just having dinner. I thought about trying to pack up and get into town, but at this point, screw it. It's just a chance for me to get stuff dried off, so I'll take it. Pretty relaxing day overall. Did like 7.5 miles before it got too shitty to continue. And since then, I've basically just been napping and trying to get warm. They got a little dirty. Just to give you a small taste of what yesterday was like, imagine this, but actively raining. God damn, I'm gonna fall over just in this. This stuff is so slippery because it's all clay based, so it just turns into mush. Yeah, you can tell they didn't have a whole lot of fun going up this in the rain. Alright, so I'm filming on this camera because the phone is dead, or at least being charged by solar right now, so I can't use it. About 1.5 miles from the road. Out of water now. That water cache didn't have anything, but whatever, it's 1.5 miles. It's been an interesting morning. I don't know who completed this yesterday. Maybe after it cleared up or something, but yeesh. I'm not going to talk long because this camera's heavy, but I will talk to you once I am in Cuba and probably settled into a room with stuff charging. So, later. Hello. So I just wanted to give you an idea real quick of kind of what a zero's like. So I'm not hiking today, and I'm actually getting ready to leave tomorrow, but because tomorrow's Saturday, the post office has weird hours, and so I'm actually working on packing stuff up to send it off today, and then I'm also going to pick up my resupply because there's a grocery store right near the post office. So got my room all nice and exploded here. Some of this is also because I needed to dry out some of that stuff from coming in. I'm also switching bounce boxes, so this is my box and it's pretty beat up, so I'm switching to a new one. But ignore most of this stuff because that's all stuff that's going with me. But basically my bounce box, which is essentially stuff that I need in town but I don't want to carry with me. So for instance, what I got going on here, this is my additional toiletries bag. So it's got stuff like shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste refills, medication refills, toenail clippers, stuff like that. So a comb for when my hair actually starts getting long enough that I can comb it. And that's just handy to have in town, but isn't stuff that I want to carry with me on the trail. And here is all of my additional electronics that I don't feel like carrying with me. Spare cables in case I break one or lose one. I've got additional filters for the drone in case I decide to use some of those. My microphone for the camera because it's big and I don't feel like carrying it. It's basically just additional electronics I don't feel that I don't need or use on a regular basis. The charger for my big camera, batteries, a spare battery for the camera, my hard drive. That's the big thing that's in there. It has the USB splitter and the hard drive that I'm dumping all of my footage onto from the trip. So that all goes in there so that I have it in each town, but I don't have to carry it with me. Parents sent me Epsom salts, which are real handy to soak your feet in. And then what else do I got in here? I got a Peter McKinnon Polar Pro variable neutral density filter, which I really like and it's really nice, but it's heavy and I don't feel like carrying it. Survival kit, which is really more useful as a resupply for if I use other stuff. I haven't had to break into that yet. Spare matches, haven't had to break into that yet. And my belt that I wore for the first week that I'm no longer using because I've lost too much weight. UV filter for my camera. Right now my circular polarizer pretty much lives on the camera, so I don't have a whole lot of need for that. Little gear strappies, these things are super handy if I need them. Some quarters for laundry, which I didn't have to use this time, so that was nice. Just, you know, whatever. Spare Ziplocs, my vaccination card in case I would need it. I also have a picture of it scanned onto my phone. And labels, little spice thing for in the backcountry. I'm actually going to refill this because my other one that I was carrying with me ran out. My solar panel is going to go away. I have a larger battery pack meeting me in Chama, and so I'm not going to use the solar panel anymore. I decided I'm just going to go with a 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack and the drone battery pack, and that should be more than enough to do all my battery stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going in the hiker box. Oh yeah, and tape. I keep this in the hiker box so that I have tape with me anytime I need to mail the package home. Obviously I just take a couple of strips off of it before I pack everything up, and then that way I'm good to go. The other thing that I'm mailing off are these guys. These were gonna be my new shoes. I was supposed to have the Terra Ultras, which is what I've been wearing, which my old ones are over here and looking quite the worse for wear. There's no holes in them or anything, it's just they're muddy from the other day. I was supposed to get a new pair of those, and instead I got sent the Rock Lights, which would be fine, except the fit is different. The Rock Lights are a narrower toe box than the Terra Ultras, and I want the wider toe box because I don't want to lose toenails. So that's getting sent back. I already ordered a set of the Terra Ultras to meet me in Chama. Everything else I'm carrying, electronics. I do carry my charging block with me. It doesn't really weigh anything, and it just makes it easier if I do get into a town or something to where I don't have to have my hiker box with me to be able to charge stuff. So, and then drone stuff, camera stuff, making sure I'm not leaving any wires or cables that I don't need, because I've done that before. Snacks, knife, more camera stuff, tons and tons of camera stuff, and then that's basically just my pack explosion that I gotta figure out later on. Chama is not actually on the route, it's a few miles off the route, but you kind of parallel the highway up, and so you cross it twice. And so what I'll end up doing is actually resupplying twice in Chama, once in 3 days and another one in 5 days or something like that after that. So that's nice. I actually get to get a resupply twice in the same town. I'm gonna get all this packed up and then get going. So I will talk to you later.